Okay, welcome back. You've joined us in Rich Bit Studios in Birmingham. This is a very famous building where Black Sabbath did many songs, rehearsing, writing, recording. And two guys who know all about that have joined us, Mick.
Yes, Geoff Nicholls and
Tony Martin.
Welcome.
Welcome, guys.
How you doing, guys?
Well, that wasn't planned.
Jeff.
I wasn't in the script.
I was saying earlier, Jeff, that Tony Iommi bought that in a car boot sale, and that's how you ended up with the Black Sabbath job.
Actually, I had the album version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because it was on vinyl in those days.
Yes.
That's
Good
what
old vinyl.
I remember vinyl.
And what was you doing around about that time then? This was about 87. You had already joined Sabbath, obviously.
It was in
and you were in
Montserrat.
Quartz. Well, you made your first time in Quartz, Jeff.
Yeah, I can remember that.
You played a couple of gigs at Redford Porch House in Quartz. So how did you actually get from Quartz to Black Sabbath? How did you actually get the job?
Well, it's actually through Quartz. Obviously, the Albert Chapman connection, which is again, you know, a round connection. Albert kind of managed Quartz, and he was also tour manager for Black Sabbath at the time. And he brought Tony down to see us play it, and he just mentioned, you know, about the songwriting thing and all that, and try to get us on a tour as a support. And he come down like the band. We got on great, me and Tony. Just seemed to get on like a house on fire. I loved the way I worked, because he started to get involved in the album that we did for Jet Records.
Yeah.
Basically, I think Don was trying to get Sabbath onto them, and they spent an awful lot of money on us. And you know, give us all the good things. I don't know whether that was to impress the Sabbath guys, specifically Tony. And he loved the way I worked in the studio. And then when Ozzy got fired or left, or whichever version you want to believe, that he phoned me up and just said, "Do you want to come out and help us to do some songwriting? We've got a new singer duo, Ronnie James duo." And I went out for 2 weeks holiday to help him do some writing, and that was it. You know, they asked me to stay, and I did. For nearly 25 years.
And what was it like actually putting the album together? Was you was involved in that?
He was
yeah.
writing.
And obviously you've worked with Dio and you've worked with Ozzy. There's quite a few transformations of different vocalists. Did that cause upset within the Sabbath camp?
And
you
there was no choice.
Regular leaving, then Dave Spitz left, then...
Well, Dave kind of got outed. He was going through a bad patch. Obviously, in retrospect, we all, you know, we see things different. But he was going through a bad patch with his girlfriend, and also there were some problems with his brother in an accident. And we were stuck on the Montserrat Island. His mind wasn't obviously on what he was doing. But, you know, and I think Geoff Nicholls just picked on him in a way. Not really, I suppose he wanted to get the album done, but it created a situation where they brought Bob Daisley in. We'd already written most of the stuff anyway. You know, I'd worked with Ray on a lot of the stuff. We put a lot of the melodies already in place, and most of the lyrics. Bob came in and did a few, you know, he presented others, but we went back mainly to doing what we'd already done, because Ray was a bell singer, and a lot of the lyrics that Bob wrote just didn't suit how he wanted, and he didn't want to change. We didn't want to change the melodies. We've been through enough on that particular scenario. And then it just got really weird, because when Ray had finished everything and we got the album sounding whatever, he bugged off to go to Blue Murder.
Yeah.
Again, from the understanding I got from Cozy, that people thought, him and John Sykes thought Ray could write really good melodies and lyrics on his own, which wasn't the case. I'd heard the album or tracks that Ray had probably played him, but Ray didn't come up with all the melodies and the lyrics. Most of them were mine. You know, obviously Ray put different things in, but it was hard work, because again, Ray was a young buck who wanted to go out every night and party, you know. I mean, and it's hard. He was like 25 years old, you know. You're stuck in London, and I mean, like Montserrat, you couldn't do a lot, but we were only there actually for about 5 weeks, and then we went to Air Studios. And it was just there was a whole load of things going on that's just like created havoc.
But the pressure really came down to you, Tony, because
exactly,
the hard work had been done, and then they're thinking they've got the album in the can, and then you've got to deliver in a very short space of time. You've got to deliver in parrot fashion someone else's.
And also, one of the other things that got involved in this was the money.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of money being spent. The whole idea was to get to Montserrat and get it done in those weeks, and it should have been done. But again, through conflicts, you know, that went on with that situation, Glicksman left and took all the settings for all the EQs of all the stuff with him in his head.
Right.
So like we had to start afresh, and Tony came in and had to sort of do lyrics and melodies, giving him no space to be himself. You know, unfortunately, that had to be the case because we hadn't got time to rewrite anything. It had to be done as it was. And you know, the record company had already heard kind of how it was and kind of accepted that, and I don't think they would have wanted any change at that point.